Oh, by the way, how you doing, Bill?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Doing all right, man.
Good to hear.
All right,
You guys hear me
Travis,
all
kick
good?
us off. Yep, you're good, dude. You're muted, Travis. God damn it, not again.
Dude, every time, man.
Every time. It's got to be a running gag at this point, right?
You
That
have to.
happened last time too. I don't have his number either.
He looks intense with it.
Uh huh.
I don't know their name.
Hold on. Oh, Travis.
Travis, bro.
He dropped out. He's coming.
There he comes.
Yo, don't mute me.
I didn't. It did the same thing last time.
How you gonna freaking mute me? Oh, Jesus. Okay, yo, if you did not get my intro, this is the Master of Ceremonies, Travis. I'm here. This is Gamer Geeks Radio. Tonight, it's going to be kind of soapboxes. This is going to be a little soapbox topic. But before I go into what our topic is, we have William, we have Joel, and we have Brandon. Don't mute me again.
I didn't do it. Alright.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Gamers Geek without a little bit of technical difficulty. There you go. How's everybody doing tonight? Y'all ready for a solid topic? It's got a lot of information, a lot of backing to it tonight. It's a big topic for a lot of people here. Some of these folks
This is very. It's about to be a very soapbox topic. This is what it is. This is about to be a very soapbox topic. It's about to be really heavy.
To the 90s when folks first started introducing censorship to video games and trying to enforce. So, Travis, you want to start it off? Give us the first big point.
All right. Censorship for ESRB rating of games has been around, like Brennan said, since the 90s. Started with the yeah.
I mean, Doom came out before there were ratings. When ratings came out, they immediately.
I mean, that was like what the first M-rated game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're listening, the ESRB rating, it matters to kids and to young teenagers, as it were, depending on your parenting type. If you're a parent, the ESRB ratings are as follows. You have E for everyone, T for teen, M for mature, and AO for adults only. Those are the four that you have.
Yep.
Back in, and basically, each one has gotten their own little piece of clout, as it were. E basically is like cartoon violence and potty humor. That's about it.
Essentially the stuff kids can't distinguish between, basically. It's safe for them.
It's safe. If you're looking for more E-rated games, I suggest you getting your kid. In this day and age, I would get him a Wii U. Teen-rated games are from a cuspis of, that's when you get to a little bit more exposure. You have either drug usage or coarse language or violent action scenes in a teen game. Yeah. And then you have mature, which is basically one step below AO, which is basically coarse language, tobacco, any type of drug use, coarse language. It's like taking your kid to see an R-rated movie, as it were.
Yeah.
AO is basically you should not take any kid to see that movie. That is one of those movies that they showed in like those adult sleazy movie films that you have a trench coat on and you're just kind of like going in, you're sneaking in by yourself. Nobody should be knowing that you're going into one of these movies. That's how the AO rating is. It's one of those things that you play by yourself in the dark and you're not supposed to have kids around at all. That's how that game is supposed to be played. And mind you, yes, there is an AO game. They've made AO games. AO
There
games do
are
exist.
actually quite a few. I've got a big point on that here in a little bit. It got a lot of flack, a
Yeah,
lot. I'll talk about that in a bit.
you get a lot. Like there's like GTA game by Rockstar Games was one of the biggest hit formers for AO to mature rating of a game
Yep.
because of what the content
Who's
had
that?
of GTA in it. And Rockstar Games, I respect the company because of the fact that they like to flirt with that line. They like to sit up there and push that censorship. They are the ones that are sitting up here saying that your kids have already been desensitized. If you've already let your kids play GTA 4, your kids are pretty much desensitized. If
Yeah.
you let your kids play Gears of War, your kids are already desensitized. If you let your kids play mature rating games as it is, I'm not. Nobody is being judged. Nobody. That's one thing I'm going to say right now. You're not being judged. If you have let your kids play these games, you're not being judged. But it's your responsibility as a parent to explain to your kid what happens in a game compared to real life. Don't get me wrong, a chainsaw gun has been made, and yeah, it's pretty freaking awesome. It's pretty freaking violent. But at the same time, you're not gonna, yeah. But yeah, before I get into that topic, Bill, you got anything to say, man?
Bill, I know this was a huge topic for you. This was your idea for the show, essentially.
Yeah,
It's it's a national topic. It's countrywide. Some countries taking it to more extremes than others. Um,
Right.
Go ahead and tell us why it's a solid topic for you. Why does it matter so much to you?
Well, the biggest thing here is that I wonder if it comes up to a subject of when we talk about censorship in ratings, it's more or less what is the parent's role, what is the business's role, and as you said in some countries, what does it mean for the government's role?
Yeah, yeah.
Is there actually a role for them to come in there and say what kind of games can and cannot be made? A. And outside of that, what is a parent's and business role in those? Should businesses be in, and if they are, and that's okay if that's some form of model that like Rockstar, like you spoke about, playing all the Grand Theft Auto games and other brand names that they put out there, and those are going to be out. What's going to then be the role of that business or the parent's role of what is and what should not be allowed for children to watch? And we have a rating system in order to kind of help these parents out.
Yeah, yeah. But
But
you're right.
I,
It
I think
does.
it's, especially when it was first put out, parents I don't think quite understood what not mature. Things like Grand Theft Auto, when I grew up, I knew a lot of kids playing that. I know that there's still a lot of kids playing it, but a lot of parents have been growing up, have come from that generation. Really, I'm not going to quite say whether I'm for or for not this some form of censorship, but later in the discussion we'll get to that. But
Yeah, yeah,
it is an important discussion to have on a much bigger level than just what kind of entertainment is. I think there's a much bigger discussion
yeah. It is.
there.
It is. And for me, I grew up in the '90s. I'm born in '91, so I started playing Doom fairly early on compared to a lot of other kids. I used to watch my dad play it.
Castle Wolfenstein first.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Castle Wolfenstein.
I was
then
Back in that right there.
that,
mine was
Quake. Those were
Quake.
Quake, Diablo.
they were violent. There was no rating back then, and I remember the first time my dad sat me down to play Doom and Quake. He said, "Now look, this is gonna freak you out. You're gonna get nightmares." I said, "Okay." I watched him play. That night, I legitimately did have nightmares, but I came back to it and wanted to actually play it.
Of course.
And as I got older, my parents let me decide what I wanted to do in terms of life. I knew what games I wanted to play, and I knew the content that was in it. By the time I was in high school, I was playing games like Oblivion and Quake 3. Then there was Doom 1 and 2, Final Fantasy on the PlayStation. I wasn't really into the GTA stuff until I was in my 20s. I'm 24 years old now. And I just started playing GTA 5, GTA 4, whatever the hell it is now. And that was a year ago.
5. Yeah.
I can't remember now. 4 was with the Russian Vinny and whatnot.
Yeah.
I never played GTA 4. I played 5 and jumped into it, and I remember having my nephews over here and they wanted to play it. I told them no. They're under the age of 15, and I knew what was in GTA. You can run over hookers. You can have a hooker in the back of your car. You can shoot whoever the hell you want.
Yeah.
I told them no. I'm
see,
sorry. Your parents
I was
might
never
be okay with it, but no, I know what it is.
I was never restricted from playing any type of game.
Exactly.
Now,
same here. Yeah.
it was very embarrassing as, an 8-year-old going up to, the GameStop count. Well, it wasn't GameStop, it was Funkoland back in the day. Going to the Funkoland counter, and the guy telling my father or my mother, like, yeah, this game has an immature rating. Are you sure that you want to buy this for your kid?
Right.
I wanted to sit up there and be like, yo, shut the up. I'm trying to get this game. Like, stop. What are you doing? You're
Exactly.
I'm trying to help y'all out. Chill out. I know what I'm playing. I know what I'm about to buy. And so it got really bad because one time I was trying to buy Duke Nukem for the N64.
Wait. The remake Duke Nukem for the console?
No. I'm talking about Duke Nukem for the N64.
I just got to clear that up. Gotta clear it up. The old Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem, not the one that they put on the 360, and then not that one. Talking about that was when I was an adult already. I could already buy these M-rated games. I didn't need parental supervision to buy these games. This is back when I had an N64. I still have my N64, but most of my childhood, when it came down to between the two systems. Super Nintendo, I have a lot of kiddie games on that. I got a PlayStation. That got teen games on that one, and then mature games on that one. I got a Nintendo 64, and I got my first rated M game. Doom, Duke Nukem, Quake 3.
Don't forget Mortal Kombat. All the fighting games back in the day, too, had those ratings.
Okay, Mortal Kombat shouldn't have counted. Mortal Kombat shouldn't have counted as an M rating until recently with this Mortal Kombat X. This is the goriest Mortal Kombat they ever had.
That
I love it.
wasn't back in the old Mortal Kombat, but it's
the brutalities, fatalities, like babalities, like they're cute and they're adorable and everything. But Mortal Kombat did not deserve the M rating mature level that it got all the way back in the 90s until recently. That was because that was like all pixelated, like, oh no, fake me out blood. Yeah, no, this is gory. You see like blood, you see spleen, you see guts, you see internal organs. It's like, hey kids, we're gonna learn about anatomy today.
Now, that's kind of the thing too, is that as a society, as we've moved on, the extent of which we find entertainment now is being pushed too.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
back then the pixels, that pixelated blood, was enough for us. You know, and it was okay. And I'm still for it.
Yeah.
I still play games.
Hey, it's
You
for
know, we
us.
need more now, and we need a little bit more now. And now we need to see somebody coming with a table saw and splitting it in half, and reaching down inside and tearing your heart out and biting into it like it's the beginning of Iron
Like,
Chef.
Ah,
So
like back in the day, you had
to do those types of things too.
arcades. You know, you had arcades where kids would go and they would spend their milk money, you know, from the lunchrooms and
save
everything
my
like
lunch
that.
money for weeks, man.
Like, you had Silent Hill as an arcade shooting
Oh my
game
God.
back then. And honestly, look, if you play Silent Hill as a gun con, your childhood was already desensitized.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yep.
It was done.
Yep.
Then you got
ain't
Resident
even
Evil.
lying.
It was
That
done.
was the epitome of the horror genre back in the day. Yeah, it was pixelated, but Silent Hill terrified kids. It terrified me. Still does to this day. Not even gonna lie. I'm
Silent
not
Hill
a big
doesn't
horror.
terrify me.
Red Pyramid ain't.
Silent Hill doesn't terrify me.
Well, Travis, you stop it. You love horror stuff. Come on now.
I love it
Back
too,
in
man.
the day, in the 90s, when you have little pixelated half-demon things crawling on the street towards you in the Silent Hill video game,
I love
no,
that.
thank
I'm just sitting there
you.
just like, bam, 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 up, bam, you're done. Bam, you're done.
And that was the norm for us. Legit, that was normal for us just because we all grew up in the times before ratings. When they implemented ratings, we were still playing those kind of games, and it was second nature. We knew what was in the game, yes, but it wasn't bad. I mean, it was bad, but we were already desensitized enough to understand that, all right, it's a video
Yeah.
game.
Are you saying that
But
actually help that desensitized issue that you've been having, or that we've
no,
No,
saying
no.
all playing them, and I don't think all kids play those types of
No,
games
they don't.
anymore.
They don't. They do not.
they don't.
It's a very,
You
very
have-
small
you
crowd
still
of
have
kids
conservative
that actually
parents.
plays GTA and stuff. There are parents that are actively saying, "Look, it's bad. We don't want you to see that kind of stuff." Yeah, you'll see it at some
Yeah.
point in your life whenever they get onto the internet or in high school.
And I feel like that's going to traumatize them.
Yeah,
I feel like that's going to traumatize the crap out of them. Like,
legitimately.
if you don't expose your kids to what's going on in the world, then when they get older, they're going to get traumatized. They're going to get sucked in, and it's going to be over.
Right.
To this day, I'm still glad that my father was like, I don't want you to watch this until I watch it. All right, cool. So he watched Akira. That was an anime movie that came back out like it was not meant for kids at all. This movie was not meant for kids at all. It's animated. It's a cartoon, so you would think that, hey, it's animated, so it's for kids. No, it's not. So my father watched it. Then he lets me watch it, and I'm sitting here watching this greatest anime movie that I've seen as a kid, mind you. And I'm like, after the thing was done, I'm sitting here like, yeah, I'm gonna have nightmares about this, but I'm gonna man up and I'm gonna pretend like this did not faze me.
Yep.
I'm gonna man up,
You're not
pretend
gonna
like this
let
did not
Pops
faze
know.
me.
I am terrified, but I love it. No. Yeah.
And mind you, I went to sleep. I woke up the next day and like I was fine. I did not freak out. I wasn't have like traumatizing nightmares and everything else like that. But I was glad that I don't have to sit up here and have to coddle my kids about what I watch. I don't have to like censor myself around my kids because they already know. Like, hey, no. I'm working on gun training with my kids right now. Like clocking the hammer back, dropping the
I grew up in the South. I was born in South Carolina. I live in Georgia. We grew up learning what was what. I grew up hunting. I grew up using guns, bows. I was introduced to that side of the world and the actual side of we're gonna go hunt a deer and use it for food.
Right.
Right.
Same thing with video
At
games.
an early age.
My dad, at an early age, 6, 7 years old, I was introduced to gun safety, gun control, all of that at a real early age. I was introduced to violent video games at an early age because my parents made sure, look, this is what it is. It's
I
bad.
killed Bambi when I was 8.
Exactly. I felt bad. I'm not even gonna lie.
I did. I ain't gonna lie. I felt bad.
Weeks. I felt horrible. But I was
I didn't want to talk to anybody.
at an early age. I knew what it was. That's the factor. The ratings did help when they came about for the new generation, for the new kids, because there are parents actively watching it, like Bill said, like William said. There are parents trying to keep their kids away from that crap. Not even
Right.
gonna lie, they're great video games. I love GTA. It is a solid video game, but it has a lot of bad stuff. That's a
Yeah.
factor. And I mentioned this earlier. I want to talk about Germany and Australia now. They have some very high restrictions on video games, movies, TV shows. Australia is like your strict religious grandmother that didn't let you do anything but play in the mud. They just allowed Left 4 Dead 2 to their country in 2015 when that game's been out
Yeah.
for damn near 15
Right.
years.
Yeah.
Dying Light is banned in Germany because of its
Honestly,
zombie violence.
I really think that Germany needs to. Germany needs to ban a little bit more than just Dying Light out of their country. But
And that's the issue.
we're not going to talk about that. We're not
No,
gonna,
no, no, we have to. Not what you're mentioning, but the video game side of it. They're taking that whole
Okay,
video
but-
side to an extreme for no reason.
No, because they pick and choose. The government picks
Yes.
and choose what they
Yes.
feel like is appropriate for their citizens to play. And mind you, back in 2000, and I'm going to bring this topic up, one of the candidates that is running right now for presidency, a Democrat, tried to ban video games in 2000 because of an incident that happened in Colorado.
We were just talking about that, yeah.
Now, when it comes down to the tactics and all the other crap that was learned, and they wanted to blame that crap on video games,
Yep.
that's not the video game's fault.
Nope.
That is parenting. I'm
Yeah.
not going to lie. That's parenting. If you didn't sit there and you wanted to ask your kid, hey, what's going on in school today, and your kid gives you that docile, nothing, I'm fine, and you don't want to like go into why your kid seems like he has an attitude when he comes home every day from school, you might want to look into that. That's parenting. That's on you as a parent. That's not on the video game that your kid decides to go play to relieve him to relieve stress. That's not on the video game.
For the past 18 years, I've been playing video games. I've been an avid nerd. Getting a degree in video game design and computer technician. It is what I do. Not once in those 18 years of gaming. A lot of violent games, a lot of non-violent games like Minecraft and stuff. I've played everything. Not once it does not cross the mind that is an influential object. It's a video game. It's a fake world. Keyword fake.
Fake.
The issue there is if the person playing the video game, kid, adult, young kid, young teen, whatever, if they do not view that video game as fake, that is an issue from a child's point of view. That is their.
I mean, that's an issue either from a child's point of view, but it's psychologically.
Yep.
I want to see if he's got something to say about it real quick here.
Oh, Joel,
Go ahead, man.
yeah, go for it.
Well, no, man. My thing is that as a society, we're always growing and changing, man. From the 50s, there's things, that they considered crazy back then that we do normally nowadays, the way we dress, the way we act, and such. You know what I'm saying? And with the whole ESRB thing, man. I mean, there's likes and dislikes for it, man. I mean, I was in the, I'm 30 years old, man. So it really didn't hit me till like, mid 90s, late 90s. I really get affected by it till, I think I was already an adult by late. Well, no, I was like 17, 16 years old when they were, carding you. at GameStop and
Right.
such. You know what I'm saying? When they're finally trying to enforce the ERC
They're,
laws.
they're still carding.
They're still carding?
They're still carding.
I look like
They're
I'm
really-
35 and they still ID me.
Yeah, they really did. Like, are you serious? Really?
Do I look
I
like
want to
I'm
sit up there and be like, look at my
underage
gamer.
18?
I'm like,
Yeah,
look at
I
my
got 6
GameStop rewards. Look at that, and then tell me, oh yeah, I'm a kid. Okay, go ahead, card me.
Hey, continue, Jules. Sorry.
No, it's just I understand where they're coming from, and I think it's good for that to be enforced and such. I'm not, I get offended, but I don't go to Gamepro. I don't go to certain places anymore. I'll do my stuff online. I hope most of you guys do too, but but it's just next down, new generations coming up. Maybe stuff that we deem that might be too extreme might not be too extreme for them. You know
It's
what I'm
not.
saying? And now
It's not.
it's not.
I mean,
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm not gonna lie, I still won't let my kids watch me play Doom. I'm not gonna lie, that game is too extreme.
No, but
that's gonna traumatize me. That's gonna traumatize somebody.
But like you said, it takes
It's gonna traumatize somebody.
it takes parenting. Like I have a niece.
Yeah, sure. No problem. New Doom?
it does.
Nah.
It really does, Joel. It's
Well,
like my nephews.
You got a niece and
Yeah, well, all right. So I have a niece. I was telling Brandon about this a while ago. She's getting me skipped to the 6th grade, man. She's very smart, really intelligent. It's like my little nerd mini me. If I ain't gonna have no kids, she's like my kid spiritually and nerdism. You know what I'm saying? And we'll sit down and watch Alien together.
right.
We'll sit down and watch, some sci-fi that's kind of gritty and hardcore, a little gory here and there. But I'm with her watching it, and I'm explaining to her what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So she doesn't get, twerked out of reality on it. I mean, it's about spending time with your children. It's about explain to them, like, all right, certain things I'll allow and certain things I won't allow. Things I won't allow you to think by yourself, but I'll do it with you. You know what I'm saying? To let you know what's going on with it. So, man, I don't want to kind of blame, that's all about parenting. It's all about spend time with your kid. The carding at GameStop.
I think that's a helpful tool then, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. It's a helpful tool, but also you got to think about this new generation, the kind of access they have. Back when I was a kid, we had the internet, but
we had internet as kids, more like they do now.
Exactly.
No, because our internet consisted of dial-up.
Our internet was AOL. Legitimately, AOL was the internet in early 2000s.
That was
Seriously,
it.
that was it.
Oh no, Netgear. We had Netgear too. We had
Netgear was a thing. That was like the beginning.
Yeah.
That was the modern internet. Now
we had
there are
GeoCities.
12-year-olds with smartphones and tablets, and they can access anything that they hear about. If they hear an example, if they hear something in school from some other kid about some sexual-related topic or some kind of drug, they can Google it.
They can look that crap up.
Exactly. The issue here now is
help them too with that.
exactly.
And that's what they get.
They sat me down. They talked to me about all that. They
Right.
talked to me about drugs. They gave me the birds and the bees talk in high school.
I didn't get that talk.
Sexual ed.
I didn't get that talk. I got that talk. I got that talk in high school.
We're old school. This generation does not get that. To be as bluntly honest as I can, excuse my language, but parents do not fucking care. Nowadays, you can't discipline your child for that.
Games, and if parents aren't really caring, what's gonna, what alternative are we gonna have? Because either the government is gonna step in and say, like you were speaking about in Germany, just saying, nope, game not allowed.
Exactly.
People won't be producing games like that.
The
Is that
rating
gonna
only goes so far.
I mean, but haven't you noticed, like, the game,
or is there going to be a rating system or something that can come in place and actually help either, not necessarily parents, because you're saying parents don't care. Well, parents don't care, then who's going to care to actually have a censorship? Or
No, it's the game developers. It's the game developers.
It's up to the game developers.
It's the game developers. It's the game developers. It is the game market that they're trying to target. These companies,
more and more,
because the rating of immature games has significantly dropped after 2001.
Okay.
It is dropped. It has dropped probably. There's probably only like 6 well-known games that actually have that strong M rating title. It's rare that an M rating game is going to get dropped. Like, oh yeah, this is an M rated game. Really?
What are the highest selling games though? The ones with those hard
M-rated
M's.
games.
Yeah.
It's the ones that have the hard M's. It's the ones that have those hard. No, because you have those. Because you're borderlining now that we've gotten into it. We are borderlining like a hard T and a soft M. That's where we're at this moment in time. It's like you're at a hard T but a soft M, and the ESRB is like, all right, well, y'all said this is a T, so we're going to give that a T rating.
Right.
But as soon as you hear the first cuss word in that game, it's like, oh wait.
Now we got to reevaluate this. That's an M-rated game.
Now you got an M. Now we got an M. Now we have an M. Oh wait. Is there drugs involved? Is there any type of usage of medicine that can heal your character? Oh, see that's got to be chalked up as an M-rated title now.
Right.
Certain things distract from what is actually being censored and what is not being censored. And when parents sit up here and they go to GameStop and they're like, hey, let my 7-year-old kid get Call of Duty.
Right. Why? There's plenty of those out there. I'm sure you can play it.
The Battlefield.
You got Battlefield, you got Battlefield, you got Call of Duty, you got Gears of War, you got Halo. You have first-person shooter games, okay? Now, what I'm saying is this. You have a 7-year-old that has a headset and he has internet access and he's playing this game online with other grown, mind you, we're grown.
Grown people.
So, with grown people. And you have this kid that's 7 years old with a headset with these other grown people, and as we know, we call them squeakers because they're squeakers. Yep. They're annoying. We don't, as grown people, we don't like to play with little kids. We don't. It's not right. It's not our cup of tea. But you have those kids that have access to the internet. They have access to this game. I kid you not. A kid started to cuss out an entire lobby because we started spawn killing him.
Yeah.
His mom comes into the room, and you know what the mom does? Starts yelling at the kid. Stop the cussing. Stop the cussing. You know what the kid does? Cusses at the mom.
Yeah.
Everybody in the party is sitting here like, yo, he did not just say that.
See,
he said it
if
to his
I
mom.
would have that as a kid,
I would have got slapped.
I would have got my ass beat. I'm not even going to lie. My mom and dad would have brought out the belt.
So really you're saying it's a deeper...
It's like old school. Yo, go find me a Switch. Go find me a Switch.
Right.
I mean, it really is to the core. Not about the ratings, not about the video game. It's about how that damn kid was raised. I was raised with manners. Treat somebody how you want to be treated. You respect people, you earn respect. If you badmouth somebody, you better expect to get badmouthed back and possibly punched in the face. That was it.
Yeah.
That's how you don't do that kind of crap. I never backtalked my mom or dad.
Right.
I did not do that because I knew what would happen.
Right.
Yeah, it seems
and I'm not saying
nowadays,
that this happened because that we were in a game. I'm saying this happened because this is how this kid is raised.
Well, what
he does this on a normal.
It's about how kids are raised, but really, and you know, I'm not going to ever tell a parent how to actually raise their kids.
No.
Never do.
Not at all.
But, you know, we've all kind of given our backgrounds up a little bit, so I'll kind of give mine up a little bit more. I played Doom. That was probably the only real violent, hard M type of game that was ever around that I got to play. I was never allowed to play Grand Theft Auto growing up. Any other real hardcore shooter games, whether that was Medal of Honor or Call of Duty. And, you know, when I was a kid, I was like, parents. And even when I turned 16, 17, 18 years old, and I was old enough to finally get these games. And I'd play them like, oh, they're not that terrible. I think it was probably 3, 4 years ago. I was at a friend of mine's house.
It happened to him too. No. Wait. Google, I thoroughly hate you. This would point that out. Wait.
How did this happen?
I don't know. I didn't touch anything.
What are you doing?
I'm not doing it.
What are you doing?
Am I still good?
There you go. There you go. You're good now.
I can still hear him.
Can you hear him now?
I can still hear you, man. Like,
Okay.
I can hear him.
I wonder if maybe, I said sniffing coke off Hooker's ass.
I mean, yeah, that's.
You know. But anyway,
Like,
that's really my point, is that it really takes a parent to come in here. Agreeing with you guys on this. You need to be a parent, and you need to stand up. You need to follow these ratings and really objectively look at it, saying, I enjoy these games myself, but should my child really be playing these at 8, 9, 10 years old, going back to the schoolyard, repeating these things, reenacting these things in front of these kids? And it just really is a behavior that should be given. It takes the parents to stand up and do it, though. As long as there's a kid that's willing to come out there and be given the right to do what he wants, he's going to go and do it. It takes a real parent to stand up and say, you know what? No, and I don't care. You
can't do that.
But when you get older, you will thank me. And I turned 31 today. I was telling my mom, we were out earlier with dinner, and I told her about the subject that we were talking about today, and I had to tell her.
Happy birthday.
Yep. Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you both, guys. I appreciate it. But I had to tell my mom.
It did it again.
And when it comes down to it,
No, keep talking.
I mean, when it comes,
it's just messing up for me. I don't know why. Just keep talking. Tell
when
us
it comes down to it, Hangouts is
I'm gonna find something different. Don't worry. I hate Google. I
Don't talk about Google. No, don't talk about Google. Next thing you know, we're all gonna get kicked. There's a lot of things that we can talk about. We can't talk about Google. We can't talk about Google.
Sorry,
while we're
Google.
on
I
air.
love
We're in
you.
Google. Oh man, don't talk about Google. Yeah. Oh man, I remember back when.
Travis, tell Bill to reset it again, please.
Reset what?
I don't know. I can't hear him. Neither can the rest of them. I don't know why it's doing this.
Okay, wait, pause. All right. Well, Bill. All right, All right. I can hear you. but Brandon cannot hear you.
And I can't, so the rest of the broadcast cannot. I don't I don't know why this is happening.
So the rest of the broadcast cannot. So all right, this is what we're gonna have to do. Bill, you're gonna have to back out and then rejoin. Yeah, there we go. Oh man,
I'm gonna
I'm
look into
really
something different from Google.
I'm trying very hard not to join in on this soapbox mission of
What's up,
ESRB
man?
rating because
Here's Joel. Welcome back, dude.
a part of me back in the day, I hated the ESRB rating. As a kid, I hated the ESRB rating because the ESRB rating prevented a kid from buying games. Like if you wasn't a teenager, if you wasn't technically a teenager, like oh you're 12, that means you're not a teenager. You couldn't buy a teen rated game. You was stuck buying E-rated games. Like and my whole thing of like life was if you make your own money, you can buy whatever you wanted with your own money. And the ESRB rating system basically hilted that whole philosophy in life. Like I made my own money so I could go out and buy my own games. And mind you, back in the day, games were 30 to 40 bucks. They're
Yeah,
not 60 bucks as they are
they
now.
weren't the full
Right.
price now.
You know, they were talking about like you back in the day, you were talking about like $20 to about $40. And then it
Mhm.
got to $50, and then $50 became $60. Now $60 has turned into 70 something, $120 if you want the
It's still
bonus
60,
features that
but you
come
gotta
with this.
invest 30 for season pass. You gotta
Like,
get this upgrade.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it starts to add up. And as a kid, say like you are working, you know, you're working to get whatever you're trying to do, whether you're doing like snow, like you're plowing snow for the winter or you're mowing lawns in the summer, and you're restricted because you want to get this game, but oh, you need to have your parent with you. I didn't need to have my parent with me when I was making this money to buy this game. So like
Yep.
Yeah.
like don't get me wrong, it's certain things that certain kids probably shouldn't be exposed to at a young age, but it depends on what age you're talking about. If your kid is showing the responsibility of being a upstanding citizen, which is somebody that's working, that is motivated in school, that is still sitting up here, you know, that makes a leisurely hours of
Right.
gaming, then that kid should be able to go to GameStop and be
Right.
like, yo, I want this game. But mind you, without
Right.
parental supervision, that's when it comes down to it. It's like parental supervision you need to in order to buy an M-rated game. M-rated game happens to be legit. It's not that bad. I'm not sitting up here like advocating that oh yeah, a 14-year-old should be playing like GTA,
Oh my
Right.
god.
but I'm advocating that if a kid goes out and with the responsibility of an adult, that kid definitely needs to be able to make his decision of what game that he chooses to spend his money on. That's his
Right.
money. That's not
Yeah.
birthday money. That's not Christmas money. That's money that he literally went out and worked for and he decided to spend his money on.
Right.
That's what
And
I did when I was a kid.
that was the standard 10, 15, 20 years ago. If you worked and you earned your money, no one could tell you what to do with it. That was your
Right.
money. Even,
Now,
I mean, my
people can tell you
parents,
what to do
I
with your
cut
money.
lawns for a living. I did the paper routes. I earned that money. Mom and dad said, that's your money. Buy
Right.
whatever you want. And now the rating is fine. It's half doing its job. The other half is the parents doing their job as well.
Right.
But also, if there is a kid 17 years old working at McDonald's, do wherever, Panera Bread, whatever, even at GameStop itself, you don't have to be 18 to work there.
You don't. You have to be
At
16.
least here in Georgia, as far as I know. They
You gotta
should
be
be
16 to
able
work.
to say, hey, I know what this game is. I know what's involved in it. I understand the implications of playing this game. I know it is a game. I would still like to purchase this. See, that is when the ratings and the knowledge of the parents takes effect. That kid understands what it is in that game, that I can't say kid, that young adult understands that it's not real. Now, the whole issue you said with the shootings in Colorado, where the Republicans, Democrats, what have you, they tried to say, look, that's caused by video games. No, it's not.
Oh no, they sat up there and that's what they did. It was a platform that Hillary Clinton standed on. That after Colorado, she stood on this platform. It just went to the Senate and it went to Congress.
Yep.
And back then, that bill didn't pass, and it wasn't by a large margin. This was like a couple of votes that bill didn't pass because people were uneducated about what happened in video games and what happened in this, and they sat up there like, oh yeah, GTA. And mind you, the only games that they sat there and they talked about was GTA.
Yep, hot coffee.
Run Like Hell got brought up. Run Like Hell got brought up. GTA got brought up multiple times, but they sat up there and they made GTA this iconic game that, hey, this game right here should not even be made. This game should not be released to the public. We shouldn't talk about this game. Like, that game is the poster child for everything bad. And Rockstar sits up here and every once in a year, they'll remake it. They'll bring out another game. They're like, hey, they're going to still buy it. They still like it. It's getting more realistic.
That leads me into what I wanted to talk about earlier. There was this game that was made called Hatred. Hatred. Hatred.
I remember Hatred.
This game is bad.
Yeah.
When I say bad, I've seen a lot of stuff. I live in Georgia. I've seen personal death. I've seen car accidents. I've been involved in helping people out of car accidents that were not there. This game, Hatred, is about murder. Straight up murder.
The guy dressed in all black, right?
Guy dressed in all black, he's got the long hair,
Yeah.
he's got the white face mask, carrying a shotgun, going into parties and whatnot. Yeah. This bad, it's so bad. The first day that this game launched on Steam, Steam put an embargo on it. It was not available for purchase for 48 hours because of how bad it is. After that 48 hours, Steam had to get rid of that embargo because the company said, that's not what it's about. No, not at all. Blah, blah, blah. And it continued. People started streaming it on twitch.tv, youtube.gaming.com. And Twitch took it upon themselves to outright ban that game from their website entirely. Anybody that was streaming that game was banned from Twitch permanently. Didn't matter if they were a subscriber, if they had a partner Twitch channel, they were banned permanently.
Yep.
Because of that game. This game got the adult-only rating, the AO rating. It is an adult-only game because it is centered around murder.
I mean, once again, like I said, adult-only games are some games that you play by yourself.
And here's the
This is not a game that's supposed to be on Twitch. It's not a game that's supposed to be on...
Here's the real kicker, Travis. The first person banned playing that game was a 13-year-old. The first person banned on twitch.tv was a 13-year-old streaming that game.
Yep.
That's my big issue. The ratings help. A lot of these games are still made regardless of the ratings. Doesn't matter. Nobody can tell the company, look, you can't make this game. You can't put money into the game. You can't do that. That's illegal. They can make
that's
freedom of speech.
If really the parents won't start to step up and take care of it, the government will come in and say it can't be made. This is promoting.
But see, once again, I feel like you're you're going against your own rights when you do that, though. You're going against the rights of freedom of speech and basically just us being
And
average, everyday American
that's the issue.
citizens.
In countries like Australia
You
and
sitting up here
Germany,
banning stuff, like,
there is no Bill of Rights. There
Right.
is nothing protecting them from
yeah,
freedom of speech or anything. So their government was able to say, "Hey, we're not gonna allow that. Just no, no, hell no." They blocked it entirely. If you have that game tied to your account, whether through use of a VPN on the internet to where you can download it, they will find you. They have convicted people. There are a few individuals that are serving life in prison in Australia because of this.
Man, dude, life.
Life in
Right.
prison because they violated a simple rule that blocked an adult rated game in their country. Mature rated, I should say, not adult.
Right.
So the issue is, do you want that happening here?
It could
Because it
happen here.
will. The government don't
It will.
care.
People
They
don't
don't give
step
a
up
shit.
and take care of it.
Exactly. The parents nowadays, they can't do what they could back in the day, and they can't enforce what they could back in the day, and I say back in the day, 10, 15 years. It ain't
Right.
changed. It's changed, but it's changed quickly. It's not like the standard 1940, it was fine to sign up at 17 years of age in the military. Now you have to have a high school
Right.
degree, possibly a college degree to even sign up for the military. That took a 50 to 60-year change.
Right.
With this video game thing, it was a 10-year change and for the worse.
Hmm.
So it's at its core, it's parents not doing their job. That's it.
And then you step up and start taking care of it. Otherwise, it's going to end really bad, you know? And that'll just
We're
be one step, you know?
yeah, that's the smallest step that can
So
happen.
what
The
are some
ratings are
things that
fine.
we parents can do then to help with that? You know, whether it's
if your kid is a
actual
gamer,
grading
you need
system.
to become a gamer parent.
Exactly. A perfect
Yeah.
example. Me and my dad. My mom and my dad split 2010, 2009. Whenever he got his own apartment and whatnot, I'd go over and visit. I'd take my Xbox. This was when I was playing Halo 2, Halo 1 and 2, Halo 3, Gears, all that stuff. No GTA or anything like that. And I brought the Xbox over, and Dad would watch, and he would get interested. He'd be on his computer looking up cheats and stuff for me while I'm playing. Over
Right.
time, he got into it. He got into the gaming. He bought an Xbox One, started playing Destiny, even GTA. He hates GTA now because of what it is. He knows
Right.
what's in GTA, and he does not like it. My dad's
Right.
53 years old, but it took him actually playing the video games to understand what is in them. Yeah, you can see what's in them on the surface and what the media shows you, what you can Google and YouTube yourself. I mean, my dad's not a computer illiterate numbnut. He very illiterate. He's been working with computers since 1970, 1980 when they first came a thing. And he was never introduced to the whole gaming side of things, ratings and violence until two, and then later on when he got into consoles, he saw how bad Call of Duty was. With the little 8-year-old saying, "Oh, you what, mate? I'll fuck your mum." Excuse my language, but that's how it is.
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately.
That's how it is.
Oh shit!
And
Oh shit! I did not expect that to come out of nowhere.
yeah, you're welcome.
That came out of nowhere. Oh man, I
And
almost died off of that.
it took my father actually playing it and seeing it or a first-hand experience to realize what it was. It wasn't a big issue for him. He won't play GTA or anything, but he knows what it is. He won't let my nieces or nephews play it. His stepson, he didn't let touch GTA until he was 18. So the ratings are all fine and dandy. They're doing their job. Yeah. Very. There's a limited job they can
Yeah,
actually do, you know? it's a two-way
Right.
street.
It's limited to what they can actually do.
Yeah, the ratings
But
are there
you
for
can't
the
sit up
ratings,
here
but
now and blame video games for
oh hell no,
kids
no, no, no,
doing
Oh
no.
man.
horrible acts.
Right.
That's
Like you're at
that's
this
like
moment in time,
blaming
I
the
don't feel
sun
like you can
for
sit up here
sunburn.
and
Your
blame
dumbass didn't wear sunscreen.
like you can't blame video games for
Man.
what kids do nowadays. I don't care how bad of a game it is. I don't care if it's GTA. I don't care if it's hated. I don't care if it's Run Like Hell. I don't care what game is made. And your kid gets a hold of it, or your kid, like back in the day, kids went over other kids' houses because that kid had the new system because you had to wait till Christmas or your birthday to get that system. Like
Yep.
the
Yeah,
kid
the
that had the
city.
early birthday month, that was the kid in high school. That was the kid in elementary school because he's the one that either got the brand new console or he got the brand new game. And you went over his house and you even if you weren't really friends, if you were friends, that's even great. But if you weren't really friends, I just know this because I happen to have an early birthday. And a lot of people did this. But you come over to the house and you play the video game. You got 4 controllers hooked up. You had 2 controllers hooked up. Came over, you played the brand new game. Now, your kid's going to get exposed to the game one way or another. That's how it happened. Now you got YouTube. Now you got Twitch. You got these games. You have kids that is literally sit in front of YouTube and watch other people play a video game.
Yeah.
Yep.
A 50-year-old person that has no idea what Twitch is cannot be held like. All right, yeah, I get it. You guys are not. You're not adapt. Your kid is taking leaps and bounds with this whole internet thing. He can code. He can do programs. Yes, your kid can do this, but it's your responsibility to try to keep up.
Exactly.
It's your responsibility to try to keep up. Because best believe my parents are not gamer parents at all. Like my mom, my dad, he was a PCer. And when I say he was a PCer, my dad played Red Alert. I played Red Alert. I played, via video games on the Sony. That was the extent of that. Until
Right.
I was like, Dad, I want to get GTA. What is GTA? And I had to sit there and I had to explain it to him what this was. And I'm like, what's the difference between getting a whole bunch of units and soldiers together and going off to attack another AI soldier that was in Red Alert compared to what I do in GTA? Well, the difference was a sniper rifle and a scope that you could actually aim down on random pedestrians and whatnot.
Right.
This is where it came in to the point where I had to work for what I wanted, because I wanted GTA. So my dad was like, I'm not going to buy you GTA. You're going to have to work to get your money up to buy GTA. I'll go into Funko Land, give them the permission that they need to buy this game. But I really don't want you playing this game. All right, cool. I mowed lawns. I took out the trash. I did things that I just resented. And it got to the point where it started messing with me, to the point where I was like, I did all this, and I was like, do I really even want GTA anymore?
Right.
Do I even want this game? And I just grinded. I just grinded it out to the point where I had the money. I bought this game. I played this game. My father looking at the game, he was like, did you just kill a hooker? Yeah, it's a part of the game system, AI functionality, My dad automatically knew. Like, he knew it was bull. He knew this. And I'm sitting here like, you're not going to physically go out and try to do this in real life, are you? Nah, right. I'm not. No.
Well, that's good.
And that's the key factor.
I think from seeing that we're up against the wall, aren't we here, Brandon?
Kinda. It's. I mean,
It's 10-1.
it's a double-edged sword. It really is.
It
Yeah.
is.
It's both sides. It's the ratings themselves and the parents, but then there are the side that disregarded the ratings and relied on their own parental intuition. They they let their kids experience life, but they were there for guidance and they helped them along the way if it was anything like GTA. Like my parents, I fully value the ESRB ratings now just because I have nieces and nephews that I would never let touch these kind of games. No,
The way the games are getting, as in graphic wise, I'm sitting over here like, y'all could play the M-rated games that back in the day before y'all play the M-rated
yes,
games now.
but
Yeah.
now
Like, these
it's
things are gory. These things are violent.
it takes both
If you're
sides.
trying to keep your kids away from this, like, you need to really keep your kids away from this.
There's no middle ground. There really isn't. It's the parents valuing the ratings and them taking those ratings to their own thoughts and applying that to their kids,
Right.
raising with feelings, I guess. You know, it it's a double-edged sword, a two-way street, exactly.
I mean, you're sitting
And
up here playing devil's advocate because, like, the ESRB rating back in the day, it we didn't see the effects that it. We saw the negative side of the ESRB rating than
yeah,
anything else.
yeah,
We didn't see the positivity of the ESRB rating that parents nowadays they can, oh, this game has this, this, and this in it. I probably shouldn't get this for my kid.
yeah.
But back in the day, with before the ESRB rating was even established and set up, you had these groups that did nothing but go around just shutting stuff down. Like movies that were R-rated got PG-13 ratings because you had these groups that sit up here and they complained so much. Like, hey, no, we don't want this to be PG-13. We don't feel like this movie should be rated R. Um, you have all these different things, and you sat up here and you're just like,
What was that, Bill?
Oh,
The
are you
chat.
frozen again?
No, it's
I just frozen again. I don't hear nothing. It was like, yo,
No,
what's the?
I think, man, that as a parent, I mean, you gotta know that it's a tech. You gotta be tech savvy. You know what I'm saying? You can't let the tablet and the laptop and the console be your babysitter for your kid just because you're tired off of work. You're still a parent. You gotta put time in. You gotta know what's out there. You gotta know what their kids are getting into. You just gotta spend time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even a parent, but it's like I don't know. It's like common sense, isn't it?
it
You know what
is
I'm
it
saying?
is just
Yeah.
because we all grew up with that's we're back in the day before the ratings and the violence concern was a big issue.
Right.
Now it is. I mean, it's up to the game developers, it's up to the ratings themselves to establish a base idea for a parent. That's not something for them to say, hey, this is rated teen. My 15-year-old can't play it because he's not a teen. No, it's rated teen because it's got some stuff, but it's up to the parent to view that stuff for what it is.
Right.
exactly.
Yeah,
And the ratings are doing their job. A lot of parents are doing their job, but there are that many parents that aren't, and they're just letting their kids have at it. That's the
Cool.
big point. It's getting close to tying the show up, but the big point
yeah.
is the ratings are there for
If you feel like there's a
like.
game out there,
No, go ahead, Traps. Go ahead.
no, the ratings are out there to tell you what is in this said game.
Yes.
And if you look at the ratings and you look at the game, and it's laid out there in a nice list. In an M-rated game, it's laid out there in a nice list of what is in the M-rated
Drugs,
game. And if
violence,
you feel like
nudity.
your
It's
kids
there.
should not participate in that, then you as a parent need to say, no,
Yep.
I'm not getting you this game.
Yep. You
Yeah.
you have to stay knowledgeable. You have to stay in the know. As
And
the title says, you have to stay in the up and up on the new videos.
and
Censorship.
as parents, as you know, a lot of parents, they got those parents that sit up here and they're like, "Hey, my kid can do no wrong." Type. I'm not that one. I'm not one of those parents.
No.
I'm not. I will sit up there and tell you automatically, my kid is gonna mess up. I know he's gonna mess up. He's human. He's error. It's gonna happen. They're gonna mess up. But it's my job to make sure that their mess up can only go so far.
Yes.
Right.
It can only go so far. It's corrected
It's
right there. They mess up. It's corrected right then and there.
Monitor it. If your kid knows what's in it and you're fine with it, you sit down with your kid and play that game with your kid. They find out what's in that game and they understand what that is.
Right.
That's all on you. You did your job as a parent. You did fine. But if you're letting your kid play that game on their own and experience, like you said in GTA, did you just kill a hooker? If you're letting your
Right.
kid experience that on their own, what do you think
They're
they're
not
going to
gonna
take
know what
from
the
it?
sense of it.
Exactly. So
Killing hookers is wrong. Okay, killing
very
hookers
wrong.
is wrong.
Don't
We should
do
not
it.
kill the hookers.
Don't
Save the hookers.
they're going to college.
Save the
man.
hookers.
Man, don't kill the hookers.
Save the hookers.
Don't kill the hookers.
Hashtag 2016.
Don't kill hookers.
Hashtag don't kill the
That's
hookers.
attack, man.
No,
Don't
it's
kill the hookers.
not everybody views the ratings as the same thing. No,
Right.
the majority of people
I
that
used
don't
to know it's
are,
cool.
yeah, they're there for a reason. I approve of them just because I've used them. I've sat down and told my nephews, look, this is what is in South Park: The Stick of Truth or Grand Theft Auto 5. It's there. You're probably not going to know what it means, but that's that. You haven't learned about it yet. You truly want to experience something and think what you want about it without having your parents sit down and talk to you about it. They said
Right.
no. My nieces and nephews said no. I did my job as the uncle, and the parents later on sat their kids down. They actually played GTA with them. Their kids saw what was in that. My two nephews, they saw what was in GTA. My sister, my older sister, and her husband, they played it with them. They saw what was in GTA as well. And the two nephews said, no, we don't want to play this. So it's a two-way
Yeah.
street. The ratings are there for a purpose. They're for the adult and the children itself. And it's for them to act upon. It's for them to decide if they want to enforce that rating on their children or not. If
Right.
they choose to, then they did their job as an adult, and they will choose to introduce
Exactly.
that kind of thing to their kid at some point. That's on them. If not, then they just let their kid have at it, and that's that. So it's a tough thing. It is. It's a hard topic because not every parent does it. Not every kid does it. So
Right.
it's a good thing to know. Very good thing
It's a
to
good thing to
know.
have. Good thing to know. And it's going to take a lot of, you know, will to actually make sure that there's an education out there for people
Exactly.
to actually.
It's not just something overnight. It's going to take
I think
parents
pretty
and
much
kids.
agreed on all that.
Yep.
We love the rating. It looks like we all agree on the rating. Having a rating system. It looks like that.
We all come from solid backgrounds of
Yeah.
gaming and everything. So
You mute, man. I don't hear any audio. You hear him?
nah, it's Google. It decides to mess up whatever it wants to. I don't understand it.
I got nothing. I'm sorry. I ain't-
Yeah.
You're muted, Bill.
we gotta do shout outs.
Yep. I know Roger's got a shout out, or not Roger. Joel's got a shout out. I've got a shout out. Travis, do you have any extras?
I'm asking lady, and yeah.
That is fine.
Go ahead, do your shout outs.
my shout out myself. Miss Rage kind of told me to. She said to advertise my Twitch. Check me out at twitch.tv/Brandon Blah with 3 H's. Um, these shows here will actually be hosted on my Twitch or the Gamers Geek Radio Twitch. So we're gonna get some extra sources out there. On top of that, we've got a shout out to the Promenade. Always to the Promenade.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yep, you're here, bro. There you go. Joel, go ahead and give your shout out.
All right.
Yeah, you're here.
Well,
I hear you.
Shout out to our elder schools online. They're doing a really good job over there. Spreading the word about Geek and what we do and everything. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to there. She's working hard. You know what I'm saying? So, big shout out. Trying to spread the word and
Nice.
on Xbox One. Xbox One.
Hopefully soon on PC, because I've got ESO on PC. Bringing the Gamers Guild outwards and expanding. Yes, sir. Right. We should have some more shout outs. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, so shout outs. And I apologize if these are wrong, but these are the ones that I found. All right, so I'm apologize now, but hey, Aspian Dawn I, the Knights of the Even Blade, Warlocks of the Black Harvest, Meistercon, the Elite Skilled Gamers, Lady Clan for Life, It's Me Jennifer, Intergalactic League Alliance, and My Dork is Bigger Than Yours.
Really? Nice.
Here are a few more shout outs as well. Lady Venom's Lair, Game Share Play, Gamers Geeks Girls, and Bugsy Smith Gaming.
Can I get a couple shout outs here, guys?
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome.
Go ahead.
Shout out for Zoss Films. Also gonna have a shout out to my mom, Tracy McLaughlin. She gave birth to this beautiful mug 31 years ago.
Go, Mom.
Also want to shout out to Jim Lehman and Bill Kenny, and as well as for my Dubstep Dragon, who I'm getting together with tonight. So it's freaking awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what's up, man.
It's always good to have you on the show.
You guys taking this topic and be a little bit of a touchy one. But,
Hey, it's a good topic. It really is. I'm glad you had the idea. It's
always be
something
able to keep moving
everybody
forward.
needs to know about.
Awesome. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for having me on again.
Definitely.
Man, no problem. You're always welcome on the show, man.
Right?
Thank
You're welcome to host with us whenever. Like Mr. Joel here. He started hosting more regularly and everything.
Right?
I see myself on the screen, man. I think I look pretty, bro.
Right? Look at that mug.
Look at that mug right there. About to slay him.
Kick us off, bruh.
All right, everybody say their goodbyes. This has been Gamer Geeks Radio.
Another awesome show, everybody.
Another awesome show.
This is Bill Jono.
We want to thank everybody for watching, and we want to thank all the listeners that will watch this later. We want to thank you guys. You guys support us. Don't forget to find us on YouTube at Gamer Geeks Radio, on Facebook at Gamer Geeks Radio, / Mary Cosgrove at Gamer Geeks Radio, and on our Twitter at Gamer Geeks Radio.
Yep.
I don't think we have Instagram yet. So, I covered it.
Yeah, we do. It's Gamer Geeks Radio on Instagram as well. Yep.
All right, yeah, there we go. We got an Instagram one.
I'll get the information posted in the description next time for the Instagram, the Twitter, all that good stuff. I'll make sure to have it.
All right. Just want to say thank you guys for listening and watching us, and we definitely appreciate you guys.
Yep.
just click that like button, hit that subscribe button. You know, if you're new,
Like,
hit
follow,
that.
subscribe, selfless shout out.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. Thank
All
you
right,
guys.
everybody.
Shameless plug, right? Insert here. All right. We will be logging off now. This is Gamer Geeks Radio signing out. I'm Travis. Peace.